Good evening. It's Jamie Green, the Solar Queen, and I am live on Solar Sunday. I am here to just share some information about what happens to your solar system during the wintertime. So if you've thought about solar for your home and you're not sure, like, how does it all work? What does my production do? What happens because the sun is out, for less time during the day in the wintertime? I'm going to talk about that tonight on the show. If you are new to Solar Sundays with Jamie Green, the Solar Queen, and you want to share this out to anybody, please do. It's on the show. I talk about solar, how solar works, how to properly size your system, and what's all required. And so I just give value and information on Sunday nights about solar. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Jamie Green, the Solar Queen, and I've helped several homeowners go solar and starting to help businesses go solar as well. Tonight I wanted to talk about what happens in the wintertime. When the sun goes down and your system is still, if it's sunny during the day, it's going to still produce some energy for your home, but you're going to be running likely at a deficit. And what that means is I'm going to try and share some screens with you if I can. Let's see. I don't know if I can. Okay, that's okay. What happens when the sun goes down, though, is obviously you're going to be pulling energy from the grid. In the summertime, when the sun is out, you're going to overproduce the energy that you need. So it's kind of, think of it like a bell chart that goes like this, and your usage kind of goes like this throughout the day or throughout the year. So you're going to have your system designed to generate enough energy, and it's really important to understand how much energy you use during the year. So when you sit down with a solar consultant, they're going to ask you for your utility bill. And when you work with me, I'm going to call into the utility company, or I'm going to look at your bill, and I'm going to estimate. If I can't call into the utility company, I'm going to estimate based on the graphs that your utility company provides you in your bill. But if you're with PG&E in Northern California, I am able to call in and get you your usage. And then that tells me how big of a system that you are likely going to need, unless, you're planning to get a hot tub or an electric car, or you're going to add some, extra appliances to your home. So I just recently helped a homeowner who she met with several solar consultants and several solar companies. One of them actually was designing to underproduce their system. Designing for their system to underproduce what they actually have used in the last 12 months. And she wanted to understand, why is there such a big discrepancy? And one of the things I told her is, he was saying, don't oversize it, even with your hot tub that she's getting installed in February. And I said, well, you could do that, and you could save some money on the overall cost because she's not buying as big of a solar system. But I can guarantee you'll be unhappy when you get your true-up bill and you see that you're being charged for the hot tub that you're getting installed in February. So we went ahead and oversized her system to account for the hot tub coming into her home and into her life in February, which is only 3 months away. So, gosh, I really wish I could share my screen with you. I'm going to try and do it again and see if I can share this with you guys. Let's see, because I really, really want you guys to see it. So let me share it like this and see what happens. Okay, so, nope. Are you seeing it? Nope, that's not working. I'm going to have to, I'm still going through my live streaming course that shows, yeah, it's not going to work. Sorry about that, guys. That's okay. So what ends up happening is in the winter time, is obviously the sun is out the least amount of time. So you're going to be underproducing, and you're going to need to be pulling from your grid. from the grid. The goal is in the summertime, you're overproducing, overgenerating, and building up credits in the summertime so that come wintertime, you debit from those credits. And if your system is sized properly, you shouldn't have a problem with getting to your true up and reaching that, getting to at least net zero, and or hopefully having a little bit of credits. So it's really, really important to make sure that you have your system sized properly. I have homeowners who, here's Tevin. Tevin's watching from Europe right now, so it must be morning time where he's up working really late. You're welcome for sharing the value. I'm going to have to figure out how to share my screen because this is now the second time I've tried to share a screen and it's not working. It's kind of bothering me. But I will figure it out and I maybe do another episode just for you guys to see it. So, maybe this is it. Here, let's see. Let me stop. Let me try again. Sorry, guys. Bear with me as I try and do this. But it's really important to properly size your system because if you wants to share your screen, here we go. Okay, it's not going to work. Sorry, guys. I just don't know how to do it. Yep, it's not working. That's okay. This happens on the lives. Okay, so going back, cancel, going back. So I have homeowners who can't get enough solar on their rooftop and they don't have enough, they can't do a ground mount, and that's okay. We set the proper expectation that they're going to have a little bit of a true up every year. The good news is even with solar, they're still going to save money. So everyone that's getting solar installed in the wintertime, you're going to start out at a bit of a deficit. You're going to see a true up starting the moment you get PTO'd. Anytime that you're being installed in November, December, January, February, you're going to start seeing it. Your credits start building up in the springtime, and then you'll kind of level out and get to, to a net zero, or you're going to see credits. So, hi, Henry. Thank you. Good to see you. Thanks for commenting. Henry is a good friend of my husband's and mine for the last 10 years. So you want to just know that I have homeowners who went solar a year ago, and they're like, is our system producing enough? Because you can monitor your production. And I said, yes, you're starting out at a deficit, and so you're going to see that. But don't worry, because the way the true ups work, you don't pay them every month. You see them build. You see it on a monthly basis on your utility bill, but you don't settle with the utility company until the end of the year or your anniversary date of going solar. And this is true for businesses as well who have solar on their rooftop. So there are going to be cases where you can't get 100% or 110% offset, which is where I like to recommend people be at, because the solar panels are going to degrade over time. Over a 25-year period, depending on the manufacturer or the brand of the solar panels, they're going to lose some of their ability to produce energy just because that's the nature of solar panels. And so I oftentimes will go anywhere between 100% and 110% offset, and that's based on the homeowner's last 12 months of utility usage for electricity only. And so there's three scenarios. You can oversize your system if you're going to get an electric car or a hot tub or, the appliances added to your home. You can get it sized just right and try and really, give you a little bit of a buffer, not only for, extra hot days, but also for degradation over the 25-year time period that it's scheduled, so you can totally see it. And it doesn't, they degrade down to about between 10 and 18.5%. So think of it, it's going to happen. But you don't need to really worry too much about that, because you're still going to come out way ahead, way ahead in terms of your financial investment in your solar system compared to what you would be paying to the utility company otherwise. The other thing that you can do, again, is you can undersize it. Some people do that, because they, like I said with the previous homeowner example, is they don't have enough roof space. They can't do a ground mount. And so, and we maxed out the panel size for them, wattage size, so that they could get as much of their utility bill, their energy consumption covered by solar. And we're also adding in some backup batteries in there solely so that they can store the power that their system overproduces during the day, and then they'll use that during the peak hours, peak kilowatt hour time, which I talked about in last week's show. So that's better for them because they're going to be using their backup battery as their power source during those really expensive times of the day, and then be paying only for non-peak kilowatt hours from the utility company. So that is a little strategy for the homeowners who don't have enough roof space. Long ago, not too long ago, maybe 10 years, between 5 and 10 years ago, a lot of solar companies intentionally only sold up to 70% offset, and there were different reasons for that. But what ended up happening was people were having a utility bill on top of their solar payment bill if they didn't pay cash for their system, or they paid cash and then they ended up having 30% left. 30% of their energy that they're getting from the utility company just kept getting more and more expensive. So it's really important, if you're going to do solar, do it properly and get it properly sized. And that's why it's really important to talk to me so I can help you get the properly sized system for your home. I don't just help homeowners in California, can help homeowners throughout many of the southern states, not the Gulf states right now, unfortunately, and up the, I guess, the eastern seaboard, Florida, not Georgia yet, not for residential, but the Carolinas and New Jersey, parts of Virginia, Maryland, and whatnot. So those are good things to know when you get your system, when you start looking into solars, get it properly sized. You may think, oh, I don't need all that energy, but habits change. A lot of people this year are experiencing true ups that are a little bit more than what they were thinking. And I have to contribute that to COVID. I have to contribute it to people being home more than normal. And it's really, really important to monitor your system production. And it really does look like a bell curve, like, back in school when you think of bell curves and deviations of standard deviations and whatnot. If you go back to your math and graphs and all that good stuff. But your consumption generally is higher in the summertime. In wintertime, especially if you have gas, you're not going to be using as much electricity. Well, you're not going to be using as much electricity if you use your air conditioning in the summertime. But if you have gas furnace, you're going to see a little bit of you'll still pay for your gas heating and stuff, but you're going to be, your usage will vary. But most of the time I see an uptick in the summertime, especially if they have air conditioning. One thing I will caution you in the wintertime, now that we're entering into the cold weather, it was 58 degrees today, and that's cold to me. I've acclimated from living in Washington State to living in California, so I don't see freezing temperatures like I did living in Washington, but California is colder. But you do not want to use those little space heaters that you can just use in your room and you plug into the wall, because those are huge energy hogs. So they're huge energy hogs. They'll cost you a lot of money when it comes to how many kilowatt hours you're using and how much you're being charged for that. So I would caution you against that. Just if you have a gas furnace, just use it. It's going to be less expensive than plugging in a space heater into your room that you're in. So that's one winter tip. But what really happens in the wintertime with your solars, you're still going to be producing probably, I looked at our usage, our consumption versus production. Our system, believe it or not, at the height of summer only produces about 15 kilowatt hours. And in the wintertime, factoring less sun being out during the day and weather, like cloudy days and whatnot, it's about 5 kilowatt hours a day on average. So that's about, you're going to lose about 2/3 of your energy production during the winter time, but then it's going to shoot back. That's only during the November, December, January, February timeframe. And gradually, as soon as we hit the winter equinox, we will see, is that right? Winter equinox? Well, anytime when we hit the winter, winter time, that's the lowest point. And then from there, it starts climbing up in your production. So that is what I wanted to share with you. I wish I had graphs so I could show you. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that with the software that I'm using to stream to you guys. But I hope I explained it well enough. Let me know in the comments below if I did. And if I didn't and you need more clarification, please share that as well in the comments, and I will get back to you with an answer as they come in. So that is that's really important to know, just really important for you guys to know. If you're going solar in the winter time, you're going to start out at a deficit, and then you're going to come and you're going to see it really just kind of goes like this. I think, isn't that like it's like an equation graph. I don't even know, like cosines. I'm not even going to talk about that right now because I don't even know what it's called, but those graphing, the algebra graphs and stuff. It just evens out. So if your system's sized properly, and if it's oversized, you're going to end up with credits, or hopefully you're using that energy that your system's designed to produce. So that's that. And then, it's people ask me, when should you go solar? When should I go solar? The answer is you should go solar any time of the year. Go solar as soon as you can. And why is that the case? The case is because you are going to continue paying the utility company for all your energy. You're going to be paying more for that energy than you'll likely be paying for your solar system over time. Definitely over time in California. It definitely. And you really want to avoid getting solar when everybody else is doing it. So winter time is a fine time to do it because it's usually the time when the installation companies are kind of slowed down, and so they have more time to install more solar systems. So avoid the rush, especially for 2021. I'm imagining that that's going to be a really big year, just because we still are at going to be seeing the ITC, which is the investment tax credit for going solar. We're going to see it stepping down to 22%. It's currently 26%. And that's really phasing out just because you need to have the construction start in 2020 to get the 26%. So we're really, really running out of time for that. So I encourage you, if you've been thinking about solar, to start the conversation now. And most likely for everyone from here on out, you should just count on 22% tax credit for getting solar, but beat the rush. And if you need a roof, this is the other thing. People oftentimes need a new roof. If you need a new roof, here's a really cool thing. If you know you need a new roof and you have a site survey done for solar, and they say, or if you have someone like me that's asking a lot of good questions about the roof condition, you can get the roof replaced, and you can include it in your solar financing. And when you do that, especially if you only have a few years left in your roof, you can do that. You can include it in your financing with your solar, and that's a way. The way that the IRS has stated it is nothing will be excluded in the solar tax credit so long as you need it to go solar. So roof repair is viable because obviously solar is going to go for the most part on the roof. So that's something to think about if you're avoiding solar because you need a new roof. So I'm currently helping someone right now looking at re-roofing their home because they have a leak. It's beyond repair. they need to re-roof. And so we're working on re-roofing and solar and a main panel upgrade because he has a 100 amp main panel. So we need, and it's old, original to the home. So it seems like to be a hefty cost, but what I've seen with people that get re-roofing and main panel upgrades and solar all tied in together, and they get it, financed for 20 to 25 years, depending on what they want. Oftentimes for that, we go out 25 years. They can get all that done and started with nothing out of pocket, as long as they qualify for the financing, and then they can get their roof redone. They're going to get their main panel upgraded, and they're going to get their solar installed. And oftentimes, it's not that much more than what they are currently paying and already used to paying for their utility. So if you have been thinking about solar and you're avoiding it because of the roof, or you need a new roof, but you don't want to, cough up. Re-roofs in California seem to run between anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000 for all the homeowners I've helped. Seems like a lot of money, but you're going to have to do it anyways at some point in time. So why not do it when you go solar and get the tax credit to cover part of your roof and also your solar system? So that is what I wanted to share with you guys tonight on Solar Sundays. If you have questions about going solar and you don't want to put it in the comments, you may reach out to me. For homeowners, you can reach out to me at Jamie Green, the Solar Queen, Jamie at jamiegreenthesolarqueen.com. And then for commercial, industrial, and agricultural installations, you can reach out to me at, here we go. You can reach out at Jamie at ExcelsiorSolar.com. So I hope this was helpful for you guys tonight. Sorry about not being able to show you my screen and my slides, but I will have to figure that out and share and start using it because I think it would be really helpful for you guys to see a visual. I will get on that. But until next week, have a great week this week, and we'll see you in the next live stream. All right, have a good night, everybody.